So, with nostalgia being in the air with the channel, you know, of it recently being the 7-year anniversary of CEW and whatnot, I thought what better way to celebrate said nostalgia than by going back to our roots and having a look at my cores from one game in particular. Now, 2K23 is a bit too, like, recent. 2K22 I don't have anymore, and 2K19 I didn't really make much of an impact on, so that means we're going back to WWE 2K20. I know you guys are probably there like, what is going on? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at some of my old cores, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put them on my own tier list based on my current criteria nowadays, and we're gonna see how much have I actively improved on my core making skills since the 2K20 era. So let's have a look. I've not seen a lot of these in quite a long time, so like this is going to be a massive case of culture shock, I think. Wow, okay, hold on. If anyone kind of like really stands out, then I'm gonna like have a look. Obviously, ones like Bob Parks, Alice Redson, Bradley British, they weren't made by me. Oh my god, we got Unmasked Tigre. We're gonna have to blur that. We're gonna have to blur. You can't be exposing bro's face like that. Come on now. You know what? First off, we're gonna take a look at like Reliable. Let's go and have a look at Blake Payne. So obviously that's like, oh wow. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the attires are going kind of crazy. Why does this look so much smoother? Hold on, like the lighting and everything looks so much nicer in this suite than like any of the recent games. I'm so what? Okay, but like first of all, the gear is gearing. I was on something different when it came to making gear in 2K20. I'm telling you, bro. Like I was on a different plane of existence. We have a look at the face. Because how's that morph looking? Oh my god, everything just loads so much smoother as well. The morph actually isn't bad. Like, I think the modern Blake face looks a little better and it looks a little bit more unique than this, but this is still not bad. I mean, you can see where the chin bleeds, but I was kind of I was sort of in my bag with this, man. Like, I can't lie. I want to see like how I ended up making some of this gear. Like, wow, I went in. Holy hell. I want to say this was Blake's Down in Flames 2021 gear, but then this other gear here. Oh, I remember what I was doing with this. So this was from a feud, or like a feud idea that I never ended up doing. The idea was going to be that he was going to like have like a CM Punk-esque jacket type deal, while still kind of maintaining the Blake look. Like the gears that I made for Blake were insane. Like, everything works really, really well here. And quite frankly, it's weird seeing him without the facial hair now. But I feel like, hang on, let me quickly slap the facial hair on him if I can. This might not be like perfect, but you'll get the Blake vibe. And is he gonna look a little bit more like MJF? Like this, probably, because those aren't even his actual sideburns. Because they're these ones, right? But like, I feel like that wasn't as prominent. But either way, that's sort of the vibe, minus the weird flick, because I think the flick's less prominent, unless it's this one. But you get the vibe. You get the vibe. Like, with the facial hair, he starts to look a little bit more like modern Blake. And I think that's a true testament to, like, once you get good at morphing and once you know how to morph, this is what it's gonna look like. Let's go to Cyrell, because first thing I'm noticing is that the morph is a little like, it's fine, but there's a little bit of refinement that could be done here. Like, I get the attempt, but if I were to do a few things, it would probably just be like that. I think that would help. But apart from that, right, like the morph is good. Like, it's unique, and I think that's what I was going for. Cyrell's face has always been one that's always been kind of like tricky to get like spot on. But this gear low-key kind of sick. With the 2K20 lighting, the logos are a little bit but wow, this is like pre Blake Magic Boot Camp as well. Like, this is crazy times, because I know I had a Blake Magic Boot Camp attire for Cyrell on 2K20, I believe. But and for those of you that don't know, the Blake Magic Boot Camp, that is a faction over on REW, one of our partner promotions, ran by my good friend Ryan. So, you know, there's that for you. Wow, I kick pad technique. Obviously, I did not line these up properly at all. But at least I attempted it. Oh, by the way, in terms of tier list, Blake's S tier, by the way. Fantastic, straight away. I think this Cyrell's nice, but I feel like it's missing something from, like, definitely her modern look. I think her modern look looks way better. I would probably say, just from, like, giving it a quick look, I'd probably put this Cyrell in, like, a high B, maybe a low A. Because he's, like, because his gimmicks changed so much recently, let's have a look at Johnny Hercule. So, immediately I can tell that I don't think I morphed this face, like, at all. And if I did, it's very minimal. And the gear is really simple too. Like, as you can see there, like, you can tell the vibe I was going for with him. There's not really much I can really say about this, other than, like, hey, the boots are sick, and if I could bring them back. I don't know whose those are, but hey, those are kind of sick. Oh my god, underground on the knee pads? That's crazy. What the hell? No, like, it's decent gear, but, like, compared to where Hercule is now, it's night and day, bro. Like, damn, this could be so much better now. I would say this is like a C tier, to be honest. Like, it is what it is. You know what? I just realized it's time. We gotta look at Byron, haven't we? Like, we have to look at Byron. So, obviously, around about this sort of time, I was just kind of doing, like, general manager, CEO stuff. And, like, the face texture is the same as it's always been. Oh, no, this is, like, prototype texture, because, like, you've got all of the lines and stuff on there, man. Like, so this is, like, before I upgraded to the face texture I have now, which is much better. But the morph is still there. Like, you can tell it kind of looks like me. I've tried my damnedest. Like, bro has no facial hair now. The hair's gone back to being accurate, but everything else not so much. Do I even have ring gear on it? Oh wow, okay, hold on a minute. What the hell was I cooking here? Something. If we just get rid of that, this ain't that bad of a gear, because I repped these shorts as soon as they came out. As soon as they were, like, DLC for 2K20 and I, like, rocked these, like, yeah, that was the Byron staple for ages, and maybe I bring them back. I don't know, maybe I do bring them back before the retirement run ends. But man, the comp's nice. Hey man, there are some characters who I was absolutely in my bag with, and Byron's probably one of them. I'm not a big fan of the body morph, just because I really like the one he has now, because it's like, I don't know, it's a lot more accurate. This is way too muscular. Honestly, not too shabby. I would say this is probably like an A tier, to be honest. Like, definitely not my best gear looks. Some of my best gear looks are actually on 2K19. I was in my bag with some of the gears in 2K19, but this ain't too bad, to be honest. I feel like the best thing about this is, like, I'm always looking at these, like, do they even have gear? Because, like, You'll see this with Sky, and I'll be like, does she even have gear? Because, like, one, can we talk about this face morph? Like, it's almost there. Like, Sky's morph now, I think, is really good, and this is, like, so close to being, like, perfect, but it's not fully there. I think the lips let it down a little bit. And it's always the eyes, because I didn't realize that you could morph afterwards. I thought that it, like, always reset everything, but oh, we do have what the hell? Is this like is this like prototype Kingdom of Glory gear? Because I could have swore she never wore this before. Because this isn't her X Factor one. What the hell? Nah, this is heat. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait, was I in my bag? I think I might have been in my bag, to be honest. Yeah, man, I would say I would say S tier. Personally, this gear is actually just insane, and honestly, I might need to find a way to sort of bring this back. Not sure how I'll do it, but I'll bring it back in some capacity. Yeah, no, this is heat. Alright, now it's time for Mayu. Now, the Mayu formula, for the longest time, was unchanged. She had, like, the knee brace, she had, like, this gear, and the best thing about this gear, and kind of peeling back the curtain a bit here, as you'll notice, you'll be like, well, what are these, right? Like, what, like, what are these? Are these, like, custom images? Technically they are. These are group images. So, what I did to be different and to try and, like, cook stuff up, as you can see here, I had, like, a ton from, like, over the years. Wow, okay, hold on a minute. I don't know. What was I doing with these? I don't know. Group images. And the Mayu stuff was just stuff I made. And I didn't know if it was going to make it to a core or not. And then eventually it was just like, Mayu fit the vibe, and so that's where we were. And now, like, the face morph, yeah, I wouldn't use this morph, to be honest. Like, her current morph is really good. This one's not as good, but I really like her gear because I like how versatile it was, and the fact that I was able to make like 20-30 variants of this gear was absolutely diabolical. And yeah, I would say Mayu's like, at this stage, she's like a low A, but nowadays she's an S tier easily. I mean, to be fair, I like strive to try and make all of my cores S tier in my mind. Not everyone is going to be a fan of the cores that I make, right? Not all of my cores are going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's completely fine. However, cores I make, I feel like have to kind of pass a quality check from myself, right? And in 2K20, I didn't have that quality check, so a lot of the time I was just making stuff. And if you're enjoying the nostalgia, then maybe consider joining the membership, where we have the Creators Commentary series, where I go back, I watch old episodes of CEW, and I give you some of the knowledge and maybe some of the behind the scenes that you probably don't know. It's available to you as cheap as 99p a month. I would definitely consider checking it out. The longer this membership goes and the longer this series goes, the better the value is. And honestly, it's a great series, so please consider checking it out. Now anyways, back to the video. Okay, so what was I cooking here? I mean, the gear is fire. Like, god damn, this gear is heat. The face morph is decent, but isn't that just Mayu's? Like, a little bit of a trade secret here is that, like, I use the same face texture for people. Like, 4 or 5 people would have the same face texture. And that's how it was for a little while because I sucked at making face textures. These aren't even face textures. These are just photos that I cut the face out of, and that was it. That was their face textures. And once I got better at making that stuff, then it just kind of came natural to me. And I think this is a great reason why I'm like showing this to you guys, right? Is it's not to go, oh, I was great at making cores, because I'll be real, I wasn't, right? There are so many like duds in this pile, to be honest. The reason why I'm showing this to you is you can go from not knowing how to make face textures to making them and making them unique and learning how to morph and, you know, not having the issues with the lips and all of that. You will learn over time. And these gears are really simple, right? They're like, a lot of this stuff is all in game, but it looks nice. And do you want to know what? I mean, the texture could be a lot better on that. Like, I don't know why I went metallic. I don't know what's going on there. You can do so much, right? You can do so much, and you can figure out what you're doing and learn as you go. And I think that's like the best thing you can do, is to just learn. Get on the game, have fun, and learn. Because that's how I went from some of my really early looks, you know, like the really early 2K19 looks, which, you know, if you're watching the Creators Commentary series, I hate to shill it twice in a video, but if you're watching that, you know, we're going back and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my god, what was I doing making those cores? It wasn't because I knew how to make good ones and didn't make good ones. It's because that's what I thought looked good at the time. And you'll learn, right? And it's a learning process. And I hope that this video shows you that I've gone through a lot of learning especially over the last like 2, 3, 4 years of doing this. So like, you know, it's all, hey, we all start somewhere, and this is showing that. You know, I've just seen a core that I haven't seen since like 2K20, Michael Jones, who is Blood. I know who Blood is. He was a massive part. He was a massive part of like early MUW. But like, this is what I mean by like, this is what I thought looked good, and it's boring. Like, it's uninspired. Like, what is this? I know what I was trying to go for. I was trying to go for like a more modern Imperium style, but this doesn't scream Imperium. This screams dude who doesn't know what he wants to be. Like, the shades are all off. The materials are all off. Like, everything's like off on this. And like, why does he have lizard eyes? Why the lizard eyes? Like, what was I doing? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is what I mean by you will learn so much as you go. So I don't want anyone, you know, sitting there being like, you know, especially with the core reviews, being like, I've only been making cores for like a year, or maybe this is the first time, like 2K24 was the first time I ever started making cores, and I don't want people going, oh, I'm in C tier, I'm never going to improve. Like, that dude's a D tier, absolutely. Like, come on now. You have to understand that, like, eventually you will get better because you'll figure out how to do stuff. I can only tell you so much in the core reviews, and I could only tell myself so much in this, like back when I was doing this. It all comes down to like figuring out what you want to do and learning as you go, and it's probably one of the funnest parts of the process, and I think it's what made 2K20 so good for me, was because despite all of the bugs and despite all of the issues, I was still able to make really good stuff, both show wise and core wise. I really do think that it was a fun time, and like going back and looking at this stuff is really good. And now we're getting into, at the time, Elizabeth Baker, but now Elizabeth Payne. So much time has passed. She has gotten married to Blake in the time, man. And as you can see here, right, like, bro gets custom textures and slaps it on everything around about this sort of time, and like, that's fine. Like, this was when I started like figuring out how to like make logos and stuff, and I really do like these early Payne Foundation logos that I made for everyone. But like, look at that, that's overlapping and everything, right? Like, there's still so much that I had to learn and things that still needed improvement. But this is probably one of the better face textures because it was made later. Now, it's still not fantastic and there's still a lot of issues with it, but maybe that's just a 2K20 thing, I don't know. But this was, like, for early days, this was really good. Like, I think Elizabeth's look would honestly be, yeah, that's in match lighting. You can see, like, just how different it looked in this game. Like, that looks flat, and that brings things to life a lot more, right? And this is the crazy thing, is there's like so much that you can do, and it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Elizabeth would be like a low, I'd say like a high A. Like, this gear compared to like her modern gear isn't great, and there's like a lot of issues with it, but it's still solid. So I started this by doing cores, but you know what we're going to do? We're also going to go ahead and look at arenas. Tuesday Night Turmoil. So MUW and EPW have always had that. Retro, EPW, New Beginnings, 2X Factor arenas, the end of your awards, Journey to Japan, Retro Rumble. Yeah, man, like, even my logo making has improved so much over the years. Like, I want this to be, and I'm going to keep saying it, I want this to be proof that just learning as you go will make things so much better. Don't worry about being fantastic, just focus on having fun, and eventually you'll learn what works. Like, you can tell this is like a later one. Did I have the Kingdom of Glory arena on this? Or, yeah, I did, because that's Kyrie, which looks so much different to how she looks now. But yeah, as I was saying, right, like, this is me revisiting things, but also to show you that everyone starts somewhere, and honestly, you know, you shouldn't worry about being fantastic. Just have fun, do what you want to do, make what makes you happy, and hey, if I give it an S tier or a D tier, it shouldn't matter as long as you like the core, right? That's it. Oh, I remember this gear. This is like old school, man. Like, she still has the Controlative logos on there because this was like, I was contemplating bringing this back for Kyrie after she split from Controlative. Man, this is old school vibes right here. And there's Alexis Nova, who looks a lot different as well, but the gear is still very similar. Everything else is different, and I think that's like the big thing. I want to like take a look around the arena. You can see here that like I keep saying, you gotta like figure out what works for you while still having fun. Because like, is this like, in my mind, looking back at this, is this like the best arena I've ever made? No, but at the time, it was arenas like this that got people going, yo, Byron, can you make me arenas? And I was like, absolutely. And like, this gives me a hit of nostalgia because I look at this and I think like ATJ winning the Gauntlet for Glory match, and you know, Mayu winning the Women's World Championship, and all of that all happening in this arena. If you take anything away from this, I want it to be that we all start somewhere. And I feel like I've said this a million times in this video, but it's the truth. We all start somewhere, and stop trying to make stuff to impress other people. Make stuff to impress yourself, and you will impress everybody else along the way. More videos here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there, and YouTube really thinks you'll like this video, so if you've already seen everything, then consider checking that out. See ya!